Alright, how you guys doing? I'm going to go over my AUPH trade, and I know most people probably profited off of the spike on Friday morning, or, had gotten in Thursday and then sold on the Friday morning spike. I actually did the newbie thing, the beginner lesson strategies, every mistake that a beginner would make, and I bought on, actually, I can get a specific date. They just posted it to Profithigh. I bought on the 16th. That was not my price at all. I don't even think it got that high. E-Trade didn't pull this information. I made two trades in the same day, so maybe they just averaged everything out, and that's why it's showing at 287.45. I'm not sure why. I don't even think it got that high on the 16th. This is the 16th. Highest it got was 273. So I'm pretty sure they just averaged everything out. But so I had gotten in on this day at 245, and I have it here. Bought on the 816 and 499 at 245, and at least here you can actually see I'm not lying. I did buy at 245. Not like it was a good entry point, or I should have exited on this day. Right? There's no reason that I should have held past this day, how weak it showed, and it tested the 273 high and couldn't break it. So I should have sold this day. There's no excuse except for the fact that the fear of missing out that a lot of new traders have issues with. That's been a huge part of my experience, my failures, has been the fact that I'll be up in a trade and I'll have fear of missing out on a bigger profit instead of just taking what the market gives me and taking my green trade and being happy with it. I mean, who gets upset for making 273, 245, and say I sold it 265 minus my entry? That's an 8% trade there. How can you get mad at an 8% profit on one trade? But anyway, it broke. It kept falling and failing, and at one point I just said if it broke below the 190 here, I would get out of my position. I would give up on the stock because I just believed that it was a market overreaction, and I thought it would correct itself. I did not know or anticipate that it would take this long. But my thought process was that it was going to correct itself, and they came back out with new data on Thursday after market. They actually halted the stock for the news, and then the next day they had a meeting, and I sold into this spike at 345 and made a dollar on the trade, and then instead of just being happy and walking away from my screen, I kept looking. Here's my trade here. And I just kept looking at the market, and I made a really bad trade. In hindsight, when I'm looking back at it, it's a really bad trade. And I was reading the chart right, but my entry point was just horrible. So 2 days here. This is the day. So I watched it consolidate through lunch, and I want to say this was the stand right here. This was the trend line after it had come down. But I had actually bought when it broke this. It was around. This is an hour behind. I guess it's Central Time, but this was around 1:30, and I had bought on this breakout above 330 because it was trending up, and it broke the 130, and then instead of waiting to see if it could hold and come down and test this support level, which probably could have gone back down to here just to see if it would hold that support level. I jumped in because again I got the fear of missing out. I'm a new trader. I need to learn these lessons, and I've been learning them for 2 years now. But at least I'm generally starting to get a plan, because when I made my trade, I saw this 313, but it was trending up from there, and I gave it to the round 315 where it consolidated here before the push up, and it consolidated before the push up again. And I think when it was dropping down, I had set a stop loss just to help myself. I've said before that I don't like stop losses, but I have to protect myself right now, because when I'm in a trade, I automatically go to it'll bounce, it'll keep bouncing, it'll bounce back up, and it kills me. It takes away my profits. That's what happened to TPLM. So in this trade, I stopped that. I made a stop loss just to take that option away from me. And if you're having trouble, that's what I would suggest you do. Is even if you don't like them, do them. Even if the market makers take them from you, just like down here, this is market manipulation at its finest. At 255 or 355, it plummets, and there's almost a million shares traded in like the last 2 minutes. Market manipulation just dropped the stock. I was going to hold it into the weekend. I was seeing this trend. I was hoping it was going to spike into the close. Instead, it did the exact opposite. But I did make out on $129 total profit. I made $180, and then I gave the market back $51. So, overall, it it did what I expected, but my execution on this trade was horrible. And that's definitely something that I plan on correcting and getting better at. But I wanted to show that, now my total account on this is my E-Trade account, and I am now I opened this account up on August 3rd, and I put $500 into it because I don't want to do a big. I did 3,000 in my TD Ameritrade, and I'm down to $290 in that account this year. So instead of going with 3,000 or 5,000, I wanted to limit myself to 500 because I can still be profitable. And the only way that I can be profitable with this small of an account is really being precise and being disciplined and doing the right thing on the trade. It's the only way. Otherwise, I lose. So I'm forcing myself to have a small account. And even if I do lose, it's $500. I'll add 500 the next month and give myself a little bit of time to study more. But so far, one trade, and I'm profitable, $129, which on my account, 129 point divided by, that's 25.8% of my account on one trade. And hopefully I can keep it up. And at least if I do lose, I learn to cut losses quickly, and hopefully I can get close to just commission losses and just keep getting better and better. If you guys have any suggestions for me, or you guys like the video, you can subscribe to my YouTube. You can check out all my videos on YouTube. Just search for Profithigh73. I'm apparently the only one on YouTube with that name. So if you search for Profithigh73, you'll come up with all my videos. And you can also check me out on Profitly. I verify all my trades. And thanks for watching.